If you're running an agency or any kind of B2B service business, most of the nightmare clients you are dealing with or are going to deal with can be avoided with better questions on the front end in these sales calls. The questions I'm about to share with you will save you from nightmare clients who blame you for everything and those painful conversations where clients expect miracles overnight. Now, my name is Pablo Melandu. I currently run a B2B cold traffic marketing agency called Vintascale that sends over 40,000 emails a month for ourselves and our clients, and everything I share with you in every single one of my videos is exactly what is working for us at the current moment and is from my own experience. Without further ado, let's get right into it. First question: what motivated you to hop on this call today? Very standard, very self-explanatory, but why is this important? This reveals how urgent their problem really is and what exactly they're here for. Next question: tell me more about your business. What do you sell and who exactly do you sell things to? If they cannot explain their business very simply, they probably can't explain it to their prospects either, and that makes your job as a marketer 10 times harder. You are looking for clarity. This next question completely changes your lead generation strategy if you run a lead gen agency. What offers are selling the best? If they say everything, that is a red flag. Generalists are much harder to generate leads for. What industries do you focus on is the next question I would ask. Industry focus equals better targeting, which equals higher conversion rates. Next question: does company size matter to you? This affects how you build your prospect lists and which decision makers you should target if you are running lead gen or client, any sort of client acquisition or cold traffic marketing. How long does it take you to fulfill for your clients, on average? Why is this important? You want a complete picture of the deal cycle, including the length of the deal cycle. This is really for the sake of immersing yourself in their business and understanding it through and through and being better at solving their problem and getting them clients than anybody else's. And in order to do that, you need to essentially treat their business as your own. Treat it like your own personal baby. Take that much responsibility for getting them clients and understanding every part of their business, including their prospects and their deal cycle. Now, let's talk about their pricing structure. Ask them, do you charge flat rates or percentage-based fees? Or you can straight up ask, what is your pricing structure like? This affects how you calculate their return on investment, which you should be doing in these calls to make sure that the math makes sense for both you and them. Now, next question: do you offer guarantees? If yes, what are the terms? Why? Because this shows how confident they are in their service. And if you're doing any sort of client acquisition for them, running ads or whatever it may be, you may incorporate this in your outreach. Next, who is your ideal client? They need to have this description down pat. Again, if they say we work with anyone, that is a red flag. Why? It will make your outreach a lot harder than it needs to be. Next question: what makes a client qualified in your eyes? What makes a client qualified in your eyes? This is what you ask the client. Again, if they don't know who their ideal avatar is or what makes a qualified client, your lead generation, your client acquisition, your ads, whatever it might be, will be shooting in the dark. Next question: how many active clients are you working with right now? Make sure they don't BS you. Make sure that they can give you an actual number. Why? This reveals a couple of things. It reveals capacity constraints, right? How many new clients they can actually take on, if they're struggling or not, or if they have a lot of time to spare. And it also lets you know how much they actually have going on right now in terms of revenue, right? And why is this important? For obvious reasons. You don't want to partner up with a client who hasn't validated that their offer works in the marketplace yet, who hasn't validated anything about their business. You want someone who's not starting from scratch, right? If they haven't found product market fit on their own, you will be spinning your wheels trying to save them, especially in client acquisition and lead gen. Our job, it should be our job is to just simply amplify their efforts and do more of what's already working, i.e. bring them more of the people who are already buying. In this same breath, you should be straight up asking them, what is your monthly recurring revenue? In fact, that should be on the intake form that they have to fill before they jump on the call with you. So you're qualifying that way. Next, do you have any client success stories or case studies? This is very important. Social proof is essential for cold outreach if you don't know already. No case studies means much harder campaigns for you. Now, we all know how hard it is to get a client for ourselves with no social proof. Now imagine trying to get business for someone else who has no social proof. Same thing. Now let's analyze what they're currently doing for lead generation. I would ask them, I always ask, how many leads or booked calls are you generating monthly right now? Notice how we're asking them how many active clients they have, how much revenue they're bringing in a month. We're also now asking them how many leads or booked calls are they generating monthly right now. This is so that, number one, we catch them in a lie if they are lying or making things up. Number two, we get to a sense of how well they know their business by how quickly and definitively they can answer these questions to the degree of specificity as well. And number three, we can start to calculate conversion rates and how we can come in and help and increase things, right? So this kind of question establishes your baseline for measuring improvement. Next question, same breath. What does your current lead generation look like, right? Is it cold calls? Is it cold emails? Is it referrals? Networking events? This shows you what has or hasn't worked for them, again, and shows you where you can come in and add value. You are either bringing them a completely new stream of leads or clients that they haven't tried yet. So they're doing cold email, but they're not doing cold calls. So now you're bringing them cold calls, which is a completely untapped stream for them, or you are improving what they are currently doing. So my clients in some cases already do cold email. I just help them do it better, right? At a higher volume or at a better conversion rate, or both. Now, remember, this entire sales call that you're doing is about explaining where they are going wrong and seeing plus showing them where we can add value, right? Next question, what's your close rate? So for lead gen agencies, clients with low close rates may be hard to please. Why? Because you will be getting them great leads and they can't close them. They are usually the ones that will push for a rev share deal off the bat, i.e., hey, we've been burned before, so we only work with agencies who we pay when we actually close a deal or close on a client. Very bad, no bueno, don't do that. Now, next question. Have you worked with an agency like mine before? Have you worked with a lead generation agency before? If yes, what happened? This reveals past experiences and objections you'll need to overcome and expectations that you will need to manage. You want to be managing these expectations from the jump, how long things are going to take, so on and so forth. Now, here is where you assess their pain and growth opportunities with questions like this. How many qualified meetings do you want consistently each month? How many qualified meetings do you want consistently each month? This sets clear success metrics, gets you on the same page, and helps you determine if this is a good fit for what you can do and what you can provide. If you're only confident in being able to provide 3 meetings a month, say that. If you can provide 10 meetings a month, say that. You should have calculators. I posted videos about this. Calculators that help you know how much outreach you have to do, how many cold calls or cold emails you have to make. Well, only for cold emails. How many cold emails you have to send in order to be able to generate a certain amount of meetings, and you can figure out if you are actually capable of sending that amount of emails based on a bunch of different things, based on your competency level, how much time you have, but also how big their total addressable market is, so on and so forth. So ask these questions, because if you don't ask one of these questions in this video, there's going to be a big hole in your ability to fulfill for this client, and you are going to be surprised about a lot of things once you actually bring them on. Take it from me, I've been through this and go through this a lot too. Next question is, what's the biggest thing slowing you down from growing your business right now? If it's not lead generation, your service might not solve their real problem. That's directed specifically for lead generation agencies, meaning if they have no problem or no issues generating leads, then you really have no problem to solve. Tell them to have a good day and refer them to someone else. Next question. How long have you been dealing with the said problem that you're here talking to me about? Longer timeline equals more pain. They've been struggling with getting leads for 10 years versus 10 days. The 10-year person has a lot more pain, which equals a higher likelihood that they will invest in a solution. Next question. How many calls or emails are you personally sending every day, or is your business sending every day? This shows their current time investment. So how much time they're actually spending trying to get to the money. Maybe they're just spinning their wheels, right? And so if they're spending a lot of time but not getting much results, then you know you can come in from that sort of angle and say, hey, well, I can help you optimize what you're doing. I can help you increase your conversion rate. Just give it to me, leave it in my hands. I'll just take care of it for you. And it tells you how much they're actually doing in the name of making more money. Are they actually trying? Right? If they're not doing much effort at all, just say, hey, give it to me. I'll do it. Like, I'll increase your volume by 10x. And then, well, it'll result in this kind of ROI. Like, you come in from a volume angle, from an optimization angle. This is why it's important to just ask questions and have a conversation. And this also helps you calculate the ROI of, again, outsourcing this stuff to you. Next question. What else have you tried to solve this problem that we're talking about here today? This reveals, again, how much effort, time, and budget they've already spent, and helps you position your approach as different. Hey, you've tried a lead gen agency before? Okay, cool. Well, hey, we specialize in X, Y, and Z industry, right? Or what makes us different is we actually have work experience in this industry. Or what makes us different is we have the capacity to send X amount of emails or do X amount of outreach per day. So when you ask questions like this, what else have you tried to solve this problem? It helps you just pick apart what they've tried and then show how you are different on the fly. Next question. Next point. Now, here are the red flags that you should that should make you run away immediately. Like, first, if they can't clearly define their ideal client, again, you'll be shooting in the dark. Pay attention to any stuttering or any hesitation. If they have unrealistic timeline expectations, like we need 50 leads next week, they don't understand how marketing works. There's a reason why they couldn't do it themselves too. If they have no case studies or success stories, you will have nothing to use for social proof. If they are extremely price sensitive, they will nickel and dime every expense. No bueno, don't work with these folks. If they blame previous agencies entirely for failures, they probably won't take feedback well. They're probably overlooking the things that they're not doing right as well. They're probably hyper specific about the clients they want or the leads they want, and they don't have the right to be because maybe they're not making enough money, right? If they can't commit to minimum contract terms, they are not serious about growth. On the flip side, here are the green flags that signal great clients. People who have a clear niche and a clear ideal client profile, right? They make it easier to create targeted campaigns. They have realistic growth expectations, right? So they understand results and the time it takes to build successful campaigns. If they've worked with agencies before successfully, they know how to be a good client. If they have strong case studies and testimonials, this gives you ammunition for outreach. If they are committed to long-term partnerships, that means they're willing to invest in relationship building, which is great. If they take ownership of their role and results, meaning they're hands-on, they do what needs to be done, they get back to you quickly, they're easy to communicate with, they're readily available, right? They get back to you quickly, they will work with you, not against you. If they value expertise over price, this means that they have a focus on ROI and not just cost. Now, here's how to actually use these questions in practice. So before the call, review their website, LinkedIn, and any available information, and come prepared with specific questions about their business model. During the call, make sure you dig deeper on their answers. So if they say, hey, if they're a staffing agency and they say, hey, we recruit for tech companies, ask which specific roles. Ask what company sizes, what have been the roles you've placed recently, like in the last 3 months, right? What locations? Use their answers to determine if they are an actual fit before proposing any solutions. Saying no to this client saves you both from time and frustration and bad reviews. If you spot multiple red flags, politely decline or refer them to someone else. Why? Because your reputation and your sanity are worth more than one difficult client. Now, here's a bottom line that every agency owner needs to understand. Great clients aren't just the ones who can afford your services. They are the ones positioned to succeed with your help, meaning your entire goal here, if you take nothing else away from this video, the underlying understanding should be that your entire goal here is to sort through these prospects. You're just sorting. These aren't sales calls. These are more so consultation strategy calls, seeing if you can get on the same page and build strategy here. Your entire goal is to sort through these prospects to find the businesses you can actually get results for. These questions we've covered in this video will help you find clients who have a clear target market you can reach, understand their sales process and metrics, and are committed to long-term growth and will be collaborative partners, not demanding dictators. Ask these questions religiously, and you will build an agency full of clients who get results, pay on time, and refer others to you. It'll help you, or if you skip the qualification process, you'll spend time managing problems instead of growing businesses. Last but not least, if you have any questions, leave a comment below and I will get back to you as always. If you run a B2B agency or business doing at least $20K a month in monthly recurring revenue and would like us to get you clients from cold traffic, the link is in the description below. And if you'd like access to my entire cold email / cold traffic marketing blueprint for free, the link is in the description below too. See you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.